We are the nerds. We are the nerds of the apocalypse.
Good morning, all you beautiful nerds out there. Y'all ready for some video games? More of it. See me more on this channel now than my own.
Oh man, you've been streaming a lot lately.
No, not really. He just feels like that.
Yeah, excuse me, I'm putting some stuff online. So just to, so what? This is the tell us about the Guerrilla Games. Was it Guerrilla Collective? Tell us about that.
So, I looked this up because I was like, Guerrilla Collective seems kind of weird, and we actually just got to start in June, so it's going to be starting in about 5 minutes. So the Guerrilla Collective is an online digital games festival to reveal fresh announcements, trailers, and reveals from some of the hottest publishers and developers around the world. The Guerrilla Collective is hosted by none other than Greg Miller and produced by Media India Exchange, The Mix, with Kind of Funny Games Showcase. So Kind of Funny Games Showcase has always been, of course, a showcase of all the cool games coming out from publishers because Greg Miller has that kind of connections. And so they've partnered up with The Mix to provide this Guerrilla Collective. So it's actually not just today. It's actually going to be tomorrow and on Monday at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, of showing off new games from publishers and developers. So you definitely want to head over to twitch.tv/Guerrilla Collective, follow their channel, because we're only going to do today. I'm not doing tomorrow. Stevie B could do tomorrow. You know, really could do tomorrow, but I'm gonna do it. We're doing it today, and for the next Sunday and Monday, they're also going to show off more games as well. So I'm probably still going to watch it, but we're not actually going to cover it. So Greg Miller and them are awesome. Love do tomorrow. I have responsibilities now. I can't do that kind of thing anymore.
Yeah, I'd get murdered if I streamed both weekend during the day. If it was at night, it would be a different thing, right? Like,
oh yeah.
But these are during the day, during peak family time. I'm surprised I got away with today, Mr. Scott. Okay. So I just want to give everybody a heads up, and Trex already knows this. I am on call, so if I just do this, pop away, that's because I had an on-call call, and I'll mute myself and take care of it. And Trex will hang out. I'm also Heather's going shopping here in the next hour, so kids will be on the loose like a goose. So I might have to drop the flap to go put my son to take a nap or something like that too. So, but I drop. That's what goes on. We're dropping the flap, boys. That's our comment.
Good God.
Yeah, just to give everybody a heads up. We just got done watching Spider-Verse for the 50-11th time.
Oh man, it was cool, but I've watched it once and I'm done.
Nah, dog. My Obi's obsessed with it, dude. Obsessed.
Oh well, yeah. You have a little one, so that explains that.
He wants to watch it every day, dude. Like every day. Every day. Every day. Okay, put a tweet out. All right, so I got the tweet out for Aaron because Aaron gets mad if we don't tweet out when we're going live, so that's out. I forgot to tag us in it, but that's fine. It's not bad. I'm just trying to do it real quick.
Hold on 1 second.
You son of a bitch. Trouble. They've got 20 seconds to work it out.
I hear this. I know this. Oh, well, I like the graphic.
That's nice. Where are you watching it at?
Twitch.tv/Guerrilla Collective.
What's happening, everyone? I'm Justin Woodward, co-founder of the Media Indie Exchange, The Mix, and one of the producers behind the Guerrilla Collective, helping to organize the show alongside our developer, publishing colleagues, and our great friends at Kind of Funny. We appreciate everyone's support for the show and tuning in. It is going to be an amazing experience. But we also wanted to put a positive message out into the world during these uncertain times. We are all proud of what we've accomplished thus far with the Guerrilla Collective, as well as the message of being stronger united. But we cannot ignore the tragedies of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and the other Black victims of police brutality and racially motivated violence. Last weekend, we put together the Black Voices in Gaming stream with the support of our partners to share a positive message, as well as aid for those affected by the COVID-19 pandemic through the addition of a charity supported by Tiltify, where you can donate to the streams. During the show, we will remind everyone ways that they can donate through the links below. Thanks for listening, supporting these movements, stay safe, and enjoy the Guerrilla Collective.
I'm generally taken back because as toxic as Twitch chat normally is, the amount of BLMs coming through that chat was breathtaking, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the Guerrilla Collective, a 3-day digital festival of game announcements, trailers, and demos streamed straight to you. Please welcome your host, Game Awards trending gamer, Greg Miller.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Guerrilla Collective live from our
Greg, with your
sanitized and empty studio. With E3 on the ropes this year, the Media Indie Exchange, the Mix for short, and the Kind of Funny Games Showcase saw an opportunity to team up with amazing developers, publishers, and studios to help shine a spotlight on some of the coolest games around. That's just what we're going to do here with the Guerrilla Collective.
The damn stream,
Almost 80 teams have come together to bring you nearly 90 games spread out across 3 days right here on the screen of your choice. Right now, it's day one, and we could not think of a better way to welcome you to the collective than to bombard you with trailers, reveals, and titles you can play as soon as the show is over. But let's not waste any more time on little.
Oh, wait, what?
Instead, let's start with a world premiere trailer no one's ever seen.
Shit,
Ladies and gentlemen,
games.
this is System Shock.
World premiere.
I mean,
System Shock? They were making fun.
90 games, it's... I guess this is going to be like 2 hours?
Oh, dude, come on.
Well, I mean, the PC gaming show is at 2 o'clock.
I never played the original System Shock, did you?
No, never heard of it. Very peaceful music for the amount of violence going on right now.
Outer Worlds 1920s? Okay. Reminds me of Dead Space a lot.
Very. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Dead Space was kind of inspired by this. BioShock was the spiritual successor of System Shock from Mr. Fantastic Scott.
Oh, that makes sense.
Looks like the demo is out right now. It looks like a rogue-like card game.
I like the animations. I like how the characters are there. You know, normally when you play games like this, they do small animations with the cards, but this is like turn-based, but you're playing with cards. I actually really like the look of this. I have no idea what it is, but I'm like kind of digging it.
Cataclysm. A single-player collectible card RPG.
With no in-app purchases.
Already it wins.
This looks like a joystick game. I call it the joystick game because that's how you move around. I don't know the official term for joystick games.
I mean, it probably doesn't hurt to call it that at all.
You know, where you move around one joystick, shoot with the other.
You're a Gun. PC Early Access, Q3 of 2020. And consoles next year.
Is it like you're a gun, like you're a gun, or you're? Is it like a play on words?
I think it is.
Stick shooter. Thank you, Jacob. No, you're a gun. No, you're a gun. It's short for urine gun. You guys are. What is happening? It was the disc, then it was the ball. Now it's
I don't
the disc
know.
again. The graphics are pretty. Wasn't there a game very similar to this during the PC event? I don't think so. Maybe. Not like this specifically, though. It's
Yeah,
trippy golf.
I don't remember this from last year.
Yeah, it's just like miniature golf, that's all. Advanced miniature golf.
Is it even golf?
No, I have no. I was just fucking around there. Frisbee golf. I don't know, Aaron.
XO1 coming later this year. It's on the on Steam with the wish lists.
I don't even know what we're playing.
World premiere.
Pre-alpha footage. We've had a lot of those notifications. Oh, that's pretty dope.
Definitely looks more of a fighting tournament-based game. Or something.
It sort of reminds me of Fable. I think you're ahead of me a little bit, though, too.
Right now, I just got people walking. Oh, I see 4-player co-op.
Nice, nice. Blood and gore on my Christian Twitch. Twitch is a lot of things, but I don't think it's going to the Christian.
All of a sudden, I got Dauntless Monster Hunter fields.
Yeah.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
No.
Looks to be much more open world, which I definitely like. Is this motherfucker? He was carrying a hand. Carrying a heart? And it has base building. Whoa.
I like the the music in the background. Oh, you might. Oh, I might get a DC strike. Oh, just Monster Hunter World. No,
This looks almighty. Kill your gods. Oh, it was it's just an Xbox.
We started the Kinda Funny Games Showcase in 2018 as a way to use our platform to make sure indie games weren't lost in the wake of big budget titles. That's why teaming up with the Mix for the Guerrilla Collective made so much sense. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from the Mix, Justin Woodward.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in today. We started the mix in 2012 with the goal of helping to create new ways for developers to get visibility for their games. The Guerrilla Collective is really an evolution of that concept, where developers large and small showcase their games.
Justin, you're a developer yourself. Why are indie games so important?
Well, Greg, indie games are super important because the experiences that independent game developers invest their blood, sweat, and tears to create help to push gaming entertainment in the form of narrative, art, tech, and game design to new heights.
Exactly. And that, ladies and gentlemen,
Calm down,
is why
hands.
you gotta support your indie devs. Indie devs.
Listen.
Hot new titles just like these.
As a person who talks with their hands, we cannot control that.
That's right. And for someone that's been in that position before, where like you're at the desk sitting there,
is a modern
and the
day
camera's
tale
pointed
of
down at the desk, you have no
courage
idea
and
what to do with your
adventure.
hands.
A game about monsters that shouldn't exist. Join Tuve, a young girl touched by magic.
Her name is Tove, okay?
Explore
It's
an
Tuve,
uncharted
okay?
world
Tove.
of hidden legends.
It's not French.
Discover
Oy
mysterious
vey,
items and meet long-forgotten monsters. Solve ancient puzzles to unlock paths deeper into the forest. Draw maps, collect curiosities, and chart your adventure. Unveil the story of tragic loss and the path to redemption.
What in the world is happening?
Confront Tuve's past. Explore her memories.
I gotta be honest with you. At first, I was like, man, but the more I watch this, I'm like, huh.
Yeah, this definitely seemed like a game that Carlin would
A
play.
game about monsters that shouldn't exist.
And it really is, Steven.
But do.
Well, it comes out next month.
Dang. Carlin side scroller. All right. Oh no, Hemrick. Oh no, Roka. Graphics around me. One Maker did a little bit, yeah.
Genesis Noir is kind of a combination of a creation myth and a film noir thriller. Hi, we're Feral Cat Den, a little design studio composed of myself, creative lead, Jeremy, technical lead.
Hi, I'm Jeremy, the technical lead. So in some ways, our game is a traditional point and click in that, you have the normal click to move your character around kind of thing. But in a lot of ways, it's not, in that we don't really have tricky inventory puzzles where you have to like combine stuff together. It's a lot more about just kind of playing in space, and the puzzles are meant to kind of evoke a vibe and a feeling.
Our emphasis is more on tactile, kind of exploratory interactions. Right. So you might manipulate a planet's orbit or change the age of a sun. My skill set is definitely more 2D animation and graphic design. Jeremy is really into like VJing and generative art. Not only does a very black and white kind of simplified
indie camera owner too
representation enable us to kind of explore concepts of on the cosmic scale and in the noir kind of territory. It's also stuff that we like making, and it was a very natural fit.
So of course we're inspired by the classic noir films, which usually have a pretty jazzy soundtrack. And we've kind of tried to bring a more cosmic style to that, and inspired by stuff by Sun Ra and similar artists. So we partnered with these great musicians and sound designers in London called Skillbard, and they've really created this great dynamic
I'm not
soundtrack.
trying to be a dick.
And there's a lot of
synergy
between the
Hold it to yourself.
visuals and the audio that feels really great, I think.
I was with you too, buddy.
This is our first game
that
we've ever made, our first dabbling into Unreal. Jeremy and I had wanted to make a a project together for quite some time. I brought this idea to him, and it was kind of the perfect meeting point of all our different interests.
So then we made a little 2-week demo, and we sent that around to a few friends, and they were really encouraging, and they suggested that we go to GDC and try to meet with some publishers.
It's
And so
basically a
that went
puzzle
really
game.
well.
That's
So it was just really encouraging all
a
around.
very indie puzzle
Genesis
game.
Noir is inspired by primarily cosmic comics, but so many other things, from classic film noir, like The Third Man is a personal favorite. We're super inspired also by the world of jazz. Guys like Sun Ra, Miles Davis, the kind of spacier territory that jazz explores. Thanks for checking out Genesis Noir. We're really excited for you to play it, and we look forward to you destroying the Big Bang.
Thanks for checking out our game, and we hope you enjoy it. Bye.
Yeah, that's really all we really definitely talked about was the visual of it, not the actual gameplay. But it is coming out in the fall, coming on Steam and Xbox One.
World premiere.
So that's all we're going to say about that.
Yeah, just talk about the art style of it.
Purgatory, the land of lost souls, the realms of madness. Does anyone have what it takes to survive the nightmares of this realm and open the doors of insanity? Join our hero riding his mighty steed on a quest of redemption. Monstrosities and damnation stand in their way, armed with sword, shield, and mystical cards. No defense, just attack.
That was a turtle.
They will carve
That was a turtle.
path of merciless terror through their enemies. Whoa. I mean, we just started. Let's try that again. Witness a world where chilling on a boat on the river Styx makes you look like a
It's
total
me
badass.
playing the game.
Because you know you won't be thrown overboard to hell. Because you are really, really awesome. Limbo cannot hold you. You deserve paradise. Use your sexy charms. Befriend a scary witch. Master spells with your magnificent mind. Summon awesome allies for your enchanted entourage. And give respect to beings of infinite powers. Hey, what a cool story.
Yeah, it's definitely a
Using
Slay
new
the Spire
powerful
inspired
deck of
game.
defense cards, you will block, parry, and riposte your way to victory. Oh, not again. Were heroes always this fragile? Strap yourself in. Again? Summon a 1940s boy band. No! I'm gonna be honest, this is not going the way we wanted it to. Okay, come on. All right, next hero.
It's like they got me to play it.
Where everyone dies and hope is futile. Yes! All right. Good card choices, excellent equipment. Okay, solid tactics. We got this. We have our hero. Now, let's swing open the doors of insanity.
I think the game is called
Where
Doors
no
of
sword
Insanity.
is too big, armor too thick, ally too
Wow,
obnoxious.
Xbox One,
If it's
PS4,
gonna be
Steam,
awesome
Switch.
game, you should definitely
Okay,
buy it.
it's coming everywhere.
That's good.
This is the story of a little juggler's girl. Trapped in her life, she wanted to see the world. Alone. And, oops, not quite alone.
She got strings.
Careful, Abby. Careful where you flee.
I got no
The
strings
world
to
has
hold
worse
me
on
down.
offer than the skin of your knee.
Well, everybody wanted to live that Geppetto life.
As much as
This
I
is a
wish
metaphor
that
of us
it
going
weren't
through
so,
life because we're just being hung
the
by
way
strings.
things are the way things go. I'm all you've got in this forsaken land, so hold back and trust in your narrator's hand.
Juggler's Tale.
Oregon in 1986. That's the year I was born, Trex.
That it was. Not the
Look
month.
at that delivering mail. This is a game. Armin likes games like this. Driving around delivering the mail.
Well, she's not a mailman. She's Meredith West.
Oh.
what kind of story do you have, Meredith West? Character design's pretty nice. Oh, delivery mail to the motel. This isn't gonna end well.
Ghost Blasters.
All that. Lake. What's the game?
Doug, I don't know, though.
Urban
Can't get in this kid driving around town, mailing stuff, FedEx things.
The new Switch game.
It's like oh man, what's the name of that motorcycle game this is like, y'all?
I mean, it's something motocross.
Yeah. It's like that, but Nintendo.
Trials Fusion.
Trials, there you go. Thank you.
I mean, Urban Trial Tricky. Ubisoft? Because I think Trials is Ubisoft. Or I guess not. No, it's actually come from Tate Multimedia.
Exclusive.
In Boyfriend Dungeon, you spend a summer in Verona Beach, California, fighting monsters for money.
Sorry.
Except the swords you find in the dungeon can also transform into beautiful
You got
men,
so excited
women,
to get a
and
boyfriend.
non-binary people you can befriend or date.
Yeah, the Boyfriend Dungeon is basically weapons that are your boyfriends.
Bro, I'm fucking playing this. I just talk shit, man.
You try to get as far as you can in the dungeon each time, but dying's okay, because you can level up too.
Are you fighting
You
TVs
need
and
to get
DVDs?
stronger
I don't
to go
know.
further.
Maybe.
To do that, you'll need a closer relationship with your weapon. You spend the
you
game
gotta sex
alternating
them.
between fighting in the dungeon and hanging out with your weapons around town. I personally get bored if there's only fighting, but also I get restless if there's too much reading, so we
This is
wanted to
actually
make
a
a mix of the
game
two.
that is on that started on Kickstarter.
Trex, you streaming this, right?
Most likely, because my friend Christina put this on to me. After we played Dream Daddy.
Here, I'm dating Sunder the Talwar, and when we spend enough time together, we'll discover new abilities we can use in combat.
New abilities.
Now, of
Each
course,
weapon has a different
it's
set of
Boyfriend
upgrades to
Dungeon, but
find,
there's
with
also
choices to
female
make
weapons
along
as
the
well.
way.
He seems so concerned.
Different weapons have different preferences for where they want to go on dates, how they want to flirt, and what kinds of gifts they want to receive. They might give you a gift too.
I'm not gonna read out the chat right now. Just saying.
Well, I see it.
There's a variety of different kinds
Wait,
of
the
people /
games
weapons
chat?
that date in Boyfriend
The
Dungeon.
streams chat?
Yes.
So it's up to you
Yeah,
who you want to wield.
the Guerrilla
and
game.
level up your love.
From the actual Guerrilla Collective.
How bad
show.
is it?
But watch
Well,
out,
it's a mix
there's someone
between
out
like
there
toxic
kidnapping
and jokey.
We're getting closer to finishing Boyfriend Dungeon now, and we hope people will love it as much as we do. If that sounds like your kind of game, wishlist Boyfriend Dungeon on Steam now.
I think it's already on my wish list.
Damn, people are asking for follower mode. Someone goes, I definitely am a weapon. You guys are silly. Oh, what's this? More than one on lovemaking? DSD.
I think we saw this last year at E3. Or maybe it might have been the Game Awards too. Because this is that this taxi game that you have like, I guess you listen to people's problems or something.
Oh yeah. Taxi cab confession. Oh.
A lot of pictures there, taxi car guy.
Coming June 24th, Xbox One and Nintendo Switch.
A couple of weeks. Oh man. Remember, you don't have to worry about graphics to make a game.
Yeah.
I don't even know what was what.
So many explosions going off.
Cold Canyon.
All that looked awesome, but it highlights my #1 problem with showcases like ours, Justin. We show you all this cool stuff, and then you have to wait months to play it.
Yo, I feel you, Greg. That's why we at the Guerrilla Collective are putting an end to that right now. This next round of games share one amazing concept. They are all...
Oh.
Did your stream just fuck up?
Did your stream just fuck up?
Yep.
Being...
And there it goes offline. I'm kind of hoping this isn't like, you know, their part isn't pre-recorded.
Yo, okay. The amount of F's in the fucking chat right now are ludicrous.
Oh, it's all pre-recorded. Alright, once again, another Slay the Spire kind of game. So I'm pretty sure he was trying to say that these are all games that are out now. Oh, Slay the Spire.
Oh, that was Slay the Spire out on iOS.
That was Slay the Spire. Like, this is Slay the Spire-esque. It was actually the game.
But mobile.
Mobile.
Ray couldn't handle the hand movements. Damn, Arwen. You said these are all out right now, right? It got kind of jumped.
Yeah. Very Metroid.
I don't know what Metroid Me Do means.
Out buddies.
Wait, what does that mean? It's on Switch. Oh, they turned follower only chat on, boys.
I bet they did. A game that looks like it was made for the Switch is coming to the Switch. News at 11.
I feel like I should know this game, but I don't at all.
Oh. Froze again.
What the hell? It's happening to everybody. I can always tell when it happens to everybody because the chat fills up with Fs.
I mean, what are you going to do about that California internet with all those riots and protesting and everything? They're now attacking the power stations.
To teasing you, and let's start in a big
Or
way.
someone's
Ladies and gentlemen,
DDoSing
here's a
the stream.
brand new announcement trailer from Baldur's Gate 3.
Ooh, new trailer for Baldur's Gate 3. Do not screw up.
Here it comes, boys.
Consider
I'm actually pretty hyped.
One skull, two tenants, and no solution in sight. I could fix it all like that. Try to cure yourself. Shop around. Beg, borrow, and steal. Exhaust every possibility until none are left. And when hope has been whittled down to the very marrow of despair, that's when you'll come knocking on
don't you do it. Not now.
Bro.
Not now.
This? Yo, chat's like, no!
Yeah, I'm in that same boat.
Someone said, don't you fuck me on this.
Oh, that was all we saw.
Oh my god.
Early access.
Oh, early access?
Yeah.
August 2020?
Maybe.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
you assholes.
Maybe. Oh, you bastards.
Hi everybody, and welcome to community update number 3 for Baldur's Gate 3. I have great
about
news
to text
today.
that to Showtime,
We finally
see what he
locked down
says.
our early access content, and we decided that
You
we're
put
going to
that
bring
...
Baldur's Gate
maybe.
3 for the very first time in your hands in August 2020. As to say, maybe. And the maybe has everything to do, of course, with COVID-19. We've been hit like everybody else in the world. We've been working from home, which wasn't necessarily the easiest thing as game developers, because we like to huddle around the monitor and discuss about the things that are happening in the game. But nonetheless, we managed to make a lot of progress since you last saw the game at PAX East. So we think we're going to make it, depending on a couple of things. One of these things, for instance, is our performance capturing and motion capturing. Our people have started returning to the office. We've been recording again. And if we can hit a certain speed in the recording, then we should be able to make it. The game is looking amazing. It is absolutely incredible to see how much progress has been made since PAX East. And I think when you'll see it, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
COVID capture.
The visual fidelity has increased.
Why is he wearing a bow?
The
Why
cool
wouldn't he
part
be
is
wearing a
that
bow is the
We're
question.
going to launch a game
He was
in
just
August
swinging
in
a
early
sword,
access,
like,
but
he's gotta
we
fight
still
those
have an
COVIDs.
entire development period to go after that, so it's going to look even better by the time it's going to release. You will see things like
Because he has to
combat.
fire
There are a
someone
lot
for
of
failing
changes
his
in
city.
How combat flows, how the camera moves, how the initiative system works. Altogether, they make for a much more refined.
Not an
combat
action
experience.
RPG,
It's
but
a lot of fun,
turn-based.
I can tell you that. There are changes in the way that we do our narrator. That was something that we had a lot of feedback on. There's the integration of the rule set is getting better and better. So we were getting a really good handle on how to do things, and so it feels like a really, really cool game with a lot of depth when you play it now. Here's the really cool part. You don't have to wait until August 2020 to see what I'm talking
Someone
about.
in chat
because
asked,
we'll do
do you
another
use
gameplay
chairs in
live
Dev
stream, and we'll
Studios?
do it just in front of Dungeons and Dragons Live on
They're all
June 18th.
standing.
And you will decide for me whether or not I'm going to kill a hobgoblin who deserves to be killed, his name is Dror Raxin, or if I'm going to descend into the Underdark. I'm very much looking forward to it, so I hope to see you there on June 18th. It's going to be a lot of fun. Take care, bye-bye.
D&D Live, June 18th. So if you guys want to check out more about Baldur's Gate 3, that's the date to go.
What makes a true
Man, that's cool.
RPG?
I'll definitely be there in August.
Shaping the attitudes and urges of a fallible psyche. Bruising the tissues of another world.
Bro.
Oh, I think this is Wastelanders 3.
RPG have dice
Yeah, I think you're right.
rolls. How about a megaton of dialogue?
Megaton of dialogue.
Maybe it's found in achieving a certain prestige. Or winning the undying love of the people.
Wait.
But
I think this is Disco Elysium
none of that
still.
matters, for being true is really about finding your style. That's right,
Disco
brother.
Elysium.
Disco Elysium, a true RPG. Now on the Epic Games Store.
Oh, it's now on EGS. Let's see if it's for free.
Exclusive.
They say there ain't no such thing as a good death.
I remember this from Games Award.
Depends on which side of the gun you're on and what you're fighting for.
Showtime doesn't believe me. He goes, where did you see that? I can't find it. I said they just announced it, dude.
Oh, I'm gonna message them now.
So looking out for me, helping where they can. Others
Hellboy Ghost Rider, yep.
more problematic.
Don't worry, I just give you backup. Like they just announced it.
There's an old saying. The only thing evil requires to succeed is for good men to do nothing.
Wasn't there a storyline in the comics about like a Ghost Rider from
Mexico?
From back in the West?
Doing nothing.
That rode a horse?
I mean, that was in the movie. I'm not sure if it was in the comic.
DSC said, "Yep." Okay, there you go. That looked good though. I like this. This is good.
I'm Tarn Adams. I'm the co-founder of Bay 12 Games, and we make a game Dwarf Fortress.
You make. Oh, so that's man.
Oh, I know. Okay, it just cut up to me. I was just like, wait a minute. Come on, buddy.
It's like, what did you make?
I mean, I get it. We're doing indie titles, but fuck.
It came out in 2006, but now we're bringing the game to Steam and Itch, and the biggest update about it is that we're bringing graphics to the game. The artists, Mike and
looking
Patrick,
good.
are
Trying to get hit on when you go
modders of
out.
the game. And now we're all working together to give the game an overhaul.
It looks all pixelated.
And hopefully let a lot more people play it. Dwarf Fortress is a settlement management game. You have a group of dwarves that go out to make a fortress in a procedurally generated world. That's the first part we'll be looking at here. So by procedurally generated world, we don't just mean a randomized map, but that it runs a history, a historical simulation over a few hundred years, if you want to let it keep running, where civilizations spread out and trade with each other, fight with each other, magical things happen.
Look, I couldn't even keep my
happen.
Fallout shelter people
Thousands and
alive. They ain't gonna
thousands
happen
of
here.
little characters tracked that you might see when you start playing your game. There
Sorry
are
about that. Heather
all
was leaving
sorts
the
of
talk to
edges between things that you can see here, between the different biomes, little trees and mountains and so forth, so that the picture is a little more readable than
You got to keep the whole world alive.
I mean, you gotta keep your settlements alive. So depends on how far your settlements go.
You can see the world develop as the years pass, and then you just plop down your dwarves and start playing in this environment. So when you start your fortress, you have your dwarves and a wagon and some animals to start with, and whatever else you would like to bring along. Pick for mining, buckets and ropes and
So
food,
we're seeing Dwarf Fortress
alcohol, very
graphics.
important. General idea is that you'd want to just kind of lay out your things and dig into the mountain, make some bedrooms, make some workshops, allow people to start getting on with their lives here.
So what, is this supposed to be
big
like the
thing,
game
you might
before
notice about
Terraria?
this, area
I
at
guess.
first is that it has some three-dimensionality to it, in the sense that there's a hill and lower levels and that you can see going up and down. That was the big first project for the artists and I to kind of work out how we're gonna.
I've never heard of
display,
Dwarf Fortress before.
This in
I haven't either. Sorry, I'm
you
texting
just show
Showtime still.
some upward triangles. There's a ramp, go uphill, and that worked for a few people, but to try and generalize that, we had to draw many cases of ramps and get them displayed, but it looks cool now. Here they are. We have
Hey,
all
there's a
sorts of
kitty.
ramps and things, and then there's lots of workshop pictures to do, lots of item pictures to do.
It
Our
looks
dwarves
very
are
similar.
all just sort of this one placeholder dwarf right now.
I never played Terraria.
I've seen people
things
play
and
Terraria.
clothing and things for
I
the
never played it, so I
different
wouldn't know.
appearances of the dwarves. All the dwarves have a. Back in the
I'll have to go look it
text
up.
version, it was just a giant text paragraph describing what the dwarf looks like, but now you'll be able to see some of that. So yeah, no, it's pretty exciting. We're still at the early stages. You can see with the text graphics.
They just added a door down there.
They're still around the edges.
Oh, I
and so
saw our
forth.
boy Twitch
That
Jay
we're going to
playing
update.
this.
This is all very kind of preliminary. as we're working through it, but it should be pretty cool by the time we're done. And we have a lot more to work on, and then that means a lot more kind of news to share as we go, as we update the pictures and also the usability of the game, so that it'll be easier to get into. So thanks for watching.
Thanks for showing.
Is he by himself doing this?
I don't know. Pretty sure he has a team.
Wow.
Bill, you got something stuck in your throat again. Bill, just give me a cough, right? Just give me a... There's grass on his crotch. Oh, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Vadheem. Oh, it's going to be more at the PC Gaming Show. All right.
I'm refreshed again. Keep getting stuck behind because it keeps lagging. Whoa, what the hell is happening here?
I don't know. It was... all it said was the main guy was dead. Like, holy crap.
Are you playing Quake?
New Blood presents. Retro style with... Okay. Oh my god, is anyone else getting a seizure?
Yes, no, 100%. Like, I generally can play every game in VR, but if this is in VR, I don't think I can take it. It's holding the skull. What is happening? Minecraft and Quake had a child. Oh, what the fuck is that thing?
What are those? I'm not going to be watching people play this at all. Ultra Kill. Play the demo now. DevilMayQuake.com.
Alright, well, there you go. Oh, it's a switch and a beer. And a piece of steak?
Anyone else hungry?
What the fuck?
New game, I guess. I don't know.
Are you ready to find the next game you'll love more than anything else? That's the worst transition of the show, I promise. Check out these gameplay updates from some of our closest friends.
Exclusive.
Hi everyone, and welcome to 11-Bit Studio Show in the
Those
Guerrilla
didn't look like
Collective.
11-bit games.
You know us from the titles like Frostpunk, This War of Mine, Moonlighter,
I know
Children of Morta, and more. First
so
up,
I have heard of
let's
them.
visit the home of the Bergson family, the protagonists of Children of Morta, a story-driven roguelite action RPG set in a mesmerizing fantasy world. It's just got a new Game Plus free update, but there's more content coming. Here are a few words from Marek Zimak, executive producer at 11-Bit Studios.
Hey guys, we hope you're doing okay. Luckily we're fine and we're working harder than ever. Children of Morta
never
has
played
a very
Children of
special
Morta.
place in our hearts. And we also know that many
that
of you
good?
out there really enjoy
I
that
don't
game.
know.
Our
I never played
previous
it.
free DLC has
Goes
added
to
new Game
YouTube?
Plus mode to the game. But this is not the end of the story of Children of Morta. Obviously there's more content coming. We know that when it comes to RPG games, new characters are in high demand. This is exactly what we'll focus on in our next free update called Bergson's Home. We will be bringing you a brand new playable character to enjoy.
Our brave hero merchant Will from Moonlighter is never tired of adventures. Between Dimensions DLC has just released on consoles. And now Will is packing his backpack to discover the lands of mobile gaming.
It's pretty good, to be honest.
Here's Javier Jimenez, Digital Sun CEO.
Hi there, folks. This is Javi from Digital Sun. It has already been 2 years since we released Moonlighter. It's been quite a ride for us, and we want to thank you all. We are celebrating this anniversary by releasing
I have
the
this game, just never played
DLC
it.
Between Dimensions.
You have Moonlighter?
We know some
Yeah,
of you
bought
have
on
been
sale
waiting
one day.
for that
Never
for
played
quite a
it.
while. So we hope it's worth that time. And we are also announcing that we are releasing
Well,
Moonlighter
buddy, there's a new
Mobile
DLC.
later this
And
year.
it's coming to mobile.
The mobile version of Moonlighter is going to be
Nice.
something quite fresh and quite new because we try to rebuild it so it feels like a native mobile experience. It has new controls, it has a new graphic user interface, it has new approach to combat. So we think it's going to feel not like a simple port, but something that it's actually working as a native game. We want to share with you some bits of videos we have of the current gameplay so you can take a glimpse into what's coming. And that's everything I wanted to share with you. Thank you so much, and see you soon.
The Scouts have brought
Thanks,
news
buddy.
from the farthest, coldest corners of Frostland. The population of New London,
Frostpunk.
humanity's hope,
I do remember
has
this game.
survived. But was it all worth it? Here's a special reveal from Frostpunk's lead designer, Kuba Stokalski.
Hello everyone. Frostpunk is a grim society survival city building game. In January, it got a prequel expansion called The Lost Autumn, which enables you to see what happens just before the icy apocalypse. This new expansion tells a story of citizens of New London on a special assignment.
It's like the last Frostpunk expansion,
It
too.
opens not only a brand new chapter in the Frostpunk universe, but pits you against new challenges and
Maybe
new
it'll be
gameplay
on
mechanics,
sale
both in
because
the city
this
and
is
on the
out.
Frostland map, and reaching the experience. A brand new frozen board is set, and the pieces are moving. What does it mean for you as the leader, and what fate awaits your society?
Fuck yeah, it's
For
on
now,
sale.
I'm not going to spoil anything else. Let's just take a look at this short teaser we've prepared.
UC Builder, here we go.
Normally $30 on sale for 12, boys.
Oh, damn.
Dead.
What?
That's on Steam?
Yeah.
But we've learned to the contrary.
On the edge.
The universe of Frostpunk holds even more fascinating secrets.
Wait.
The next one
The
should
board
be really
game?
exciting, especially for fans of board games. Frostpunk is going offline. Here's Jacob Wisniewski from Glass Cannon Games to unveil this
They're
mystery.
board gaming everything these days.
Hi there, I'm Kuba Wisniewski.
Oh, yeah, he
from
definitely
Glass
loves his
Cannon.
board games.
Some of you might remember me as the co-author of the highly acclaimed This War of Mine, the board game.
Oh, God, I didn't even know that
together
thing
with
had a
Adam
board game.
Krapinski, author of the best-selling Nemesis, the board game, and my team, I'm super hyped to bring you an ice-cold tabletop experience. Ladies and gentlemen, Frostpunk is officially going unplugged. The core gameplay will be, as you could imagine, morally complex and highly, highly challenging. We're working very hard to bring the emotions from the video game to
I would
your
only feel
tables.
comfortable playing this board game
Frostpunk,
in the
board
winter
game,
with the windows
is going
open.
to be a deeply strategic, yet easy to learn, co-op experience.
Get that
full
true
of tough
immersion?
choices,
Just saying.
narrative depth, immersive gameplay, snow, and despair.
Well, the Kickstarter for the board game starts this fall, so for all you RE folks,
As you
bump
can
it up.
see, there's some exciting adventures ahead of us. That's not all, though. We're also working on some exciting
That's
in-house
not all, boys.
projects, as well as collaborating with other studios like Fool's Theory. A new game from Digital Sun Games is coming as well.
Okay,
And
new
trust
games.
us when we say there's more where that came from. That concludes the news from 11-Bit Studios. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and subscribe to the newsletter to always be up to date with the latest news. Stay safe, and thanks for watching.
No, thank you. All right, what other games can go to board games now?
There's the Horizon Zero Dawn board game just reopened again for Kickstarter.
Oh, damn. So, what?
This reminds me of South Park.
It does. Oh, he just got stomped in the balls.
The play style, not. I just want to make that clear to everyone.
Yeah, super hot the board game. Exactly, Scott. Oh, the chefs are gonna get you.
This is probably a super hot game, though. I don't know. They were more triangular, right? Maybe not.
It doesn't matter. They could upgrade the graphics. Well, it's another card. It's another card fight.
I've never played one of these card fighting games, though.
Fights in tight spaces. Didn't say where it was coming.
Ooh, the story has echoes of Watchmen. That's a fucking big
That's
big
high
statement.
praise. Damn. Strongest, most important games of 2020. What?
All right, I'm gonna add that. Like, I'm actually really digging what I'm looking at. I'm probably gonna add this to my Steam wish list.
Liberated coming next month. Oh, it's also coming for GeForce Now.
Finally, something.
She has a big hat. She's our protagonist.
Well, yeah. And she's wearing a gem around her neck, dude.
And she's got that big hair.
You can come in for a second if you want. Hey, buddy.
All right, if you like your side scrollers. Look at that belly.
Yeah, it's Mike in there. Yeah, he's talking in there.
Gestalt, Steam and Shinda.
Feels great, thank you.
Wishlist on
Is it video
Steam
game?
now. Oh, here comes some couch co-op.
I go watch more TV, okay? If you get hungry, let me know, okay?
Yeah, what are these special abilities that we're doing here, guys? Oh, that whale needs brushes teeth.
Oh, it's Power Rangers.
Right? Swim Sanity.
You guys said I'm hungry. Well, go make yourself something to eat. All right, you're not 4.
And it's going to be crossplay.
Oh, shit.
And they're going to talk more about it at the Steam Festival later this month. Cool deal.
Whoa, world premiere.
That's a lot of blood. Oh, he skipped leg day.
Oh, that's gross. No place for Trex. Oh, bravery. No place for bravery.
Coming out next
Switch,
year.
On Switch and Steam. That's it. That's interesting.
Oh. Oh, bye.
Yo, wait. You might have to turn channel up. Oh, what's this? Yo, don't start arguing. You was about to smash. Yo, come on, mate. Okay. Realistically, y'all, I just want to say, realistically, if you was that close to doing it, they would have smashed. And then turn the lights back on. All right. I'm just saying, like, that's what would have happened. They'd be like, fuck it, we don't need the lights to smash.
And now we're just gonna go out there and skate.
Yeah. Maybe find something to eat.
Very pretty game.
Dragon Ball Z. Is this a new No Man's Sky update? No. No.
Oh,
what the hell? They got like
now there's turn
Pokemon and shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm slowly more and more digging this game as we watch it.
It's a little neat.
Hey, Jared, what's up, buddy? Haven. Does it say when it's coming out? No.
You ever wonder how it all ends? What if it ended with a song?
Slave to the beat.
Okay, this music can calm down.
Oh, dude, we're out of control already. Shane Jones will probably play this shit, though.
I mean, it's very doomed. If Doom was indie, this is it. Oh, dang.
Yeah, all right. Excuse me.
They got some pretty beastly musicians doing this.
Look at the time. Can you believe that my part of day one is almost over, people? Listen, we know you got literally nowhere else to go, but we also know that if you're like us, you're antsy for more of that new hotness. So before we hand the stream off to the Paradox Insider, here are a couple more world premieres.
World premiere.
Okay. I don't know.
Ronnie, I got nothing.
PC Gaming Show is at 2 o'clock. Right, it's at 2
Video
o'clock.
Kojima, please unblock my number. What?
Yeah, 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Whew, don't scare me like that. What is happening right now?
I don't know.
Is that an arm I just saw? Oh,
I think
dang.
so.
Holy
Oh,
crap.
yeah.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Oh, Grandpa, what did you do?
What are we looking at right now, man? What's happening?
Is this a Devolver Digital game? Oh, he did not need a fart.
Oh my god. Dude.
Just die already. Old People Mayhem Sandbox? Where's Devolver Digital? This is their type of shit.
Yo, who made this game?
Wait, no, it's Hideo Kojima? I think you're a really cool guy and I want to be friends with you, and Norma Reedus, you seem like great friends. Wait,
Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up my section of the Guerrilla Collective.
Someone take a
First day,
screenshot of
but
that?
we
I
are
need to
far
read
from
that.
done. Up next is the Paradox Insider, where Paradox Interactive is going to share deeper details on the latest games they've been working on. Let's check in with Paula Tellin over in the Paradox studio. How's it going over there, Paula?
Hi, Greg. We're doing great. We've been watching the show and we love it. So I'm just a little bit
pre-recorded.
annoyed
How
that
are you
we have
loving
to
it?
start our own presentation, because that means we have to stop watching all of the cool content that you've shown so far.
I'm sure your stuff is also reasonably cool, or at least fun to watch.
Well, we're about to find out. The Paradox team have been working from home lately, so
They're
we're
not really
super
talking to
excited
each other.
show them our website, what we've been working on this spring.
Cool stuff. I'm looking forward to it. So let's start the countdown and stay tuned for Paradox Insider.
What I'm waiting for is like, Mr. Greg is like, and Mike, and Trex, we are live. Like, oh my god, they're live. So I guess this is now Paradox in, oh, there's the vampire game.
Yeah, everybody's talking about that. And the chat's like lit up about it.
I guess Paradox is going to do their own showcase real fast. Still part of the Guerrilla Collective, apparently.
Hello, and thanks for joining us for the first ever Paradox Insider. My name is Paula, and I'm the event manager at Paradox. And joining me here is my good friend Sean, who is not a vampire, but the brand manager for World of Darkness. And
Now,
I don't know about you,
that
Sean,
looks
but
like
I
it's
think
6 feet
it is
apart,
wonderful
folks.
to be
That's
here
social
for
distancing.
our part
Yeah, that's how you do it, right?
That's a big desk.
Absolutely, it's fantastic to be in a room with people again.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'd love to be in all the many, many rooms around the world that we're normally in with our players in Los Angeles, in Cologne,
Yeah.
having the conversations that we love to have. But unfortunately, we can't, so we've got the next best thing. We're coming straight to your living room.
Yeah, and it's
Can
also
I get the
feels
death
great
note,
that we're
Jared?
able to do something proactive about this and actually reach the world outside, show them what we've been working on this spring and so on. In this way.
Absolutely. I mean, we've all been working from home at Paradox,
Yeah.
but our studios haven't let that stop them. They've been working from their living rooms, from their bedrooms, from their bathrooms. It's going to be a non-stop gaming fest today. We're going to hear from the team behind Crusader Kings 3.
I heard you.
Empire of Sin,
I heard you say
Prison
bathrooms,
Architect,
buddy.
Surviving the Aftermath. We'll have a special message from Hearts of Iron 4. And of course, the one game that I am 100% unbiased towards, despite the blood bonds, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. All right, let's not waste any more time, Paula. Why don't you kick it off with the team behind Crusader Kings 3?
Oh, there you go. There you go, Scott. Here comes Crusader Kings 3, and then Scott's like, all right, I'm out.
All right, it is time to get this show started. It's time to dive into the treacherous world of Crusader Kings 3 with a fresh look at live gameplay from our newest grand strategy game. Please give a warm welcome, which we'll happily accept over the internet, to game designer Alexander Ultner and community developer Rod Del Rue.
Hi, Paula. Thanks for having us.
Hi, welcome.
I thought it was the same guy.
Thank you.
So you just dropped some major news for Crusader Kings. The game will be released on September 1st, which is literally around the corner, and pre-orders are live right now. Rod, how has the reception in the community been so far?
It's been so good. People are really appreciating the dev diaries that we're putting forward. We have fans that have loved seeing the new religious system that we have, and also the lifestyle system that adds, just that little extra layer of RPG. So it's been pretty good. We're super happy.
Good. And Alex, how is the mood in the dev team right now?
Oh, it's
What the hell was
fantastic.
that? Did yours just
The team has
freeze?
been working really,
Yeah.
really hard. And of course,
Oh.
it's both frightening and exciting to get feedback from our fans like this. We love the game and we love all the feedback we're getting, and we're counting down the hours to September 1st.
Wonderful. Rod, tell us a little bit about what you have prepared for us today.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to start with one of the most interesting starting positions in CK3, which is going to be in Spain. Essentially, what we want to showcase here is the various decisions that are open to you even before you press play and start playing. It's like taking a look at the various challenges that you are facing before you start the game.
Cool. Well, let's dive in, shall we?
Sure.
All right. The year is 1066.
All right, get
and
some
we are
gameplay
located
footage
in
of Crusader
northern
Kings
Spain.
3 for those
Of course,
interested.
it's not Spain yet, and
There's
it
the
won't be
party
for another
tonight
400 years,
in Ibiza.
unless we expedite
No,
the
not
process.
that.
Northern Spain is divided into a number of
make it drunk
Catholic
in
kingdoms that
Ibiza.
stand against the powerful Moorish realms of the south. In northwestern Iberia, we have 3 kingdoms ruled by 3 brothers. We have Galicia, we have Castile, and us in Leon. One new feature in Crusader Kings 3 is the Issues widget at the top. And if we click it, we can see that we are in line to inherit both Galicia and Castile.
Ooh. And see, this is what makes this starting position super interesting. We are playing as Leon, and the only thing that is standing between us and the throne of Galicia is our Castilian brother, and we need to attack him first before rushing for Galicia.
If we look at the map, we can see that Galicia is the one that is most open to Moorish attacks. Castile and Leon both have southern mountains that provide a very defensible advantage. If we
Is this
compare
out?
army sizes, we can clearly see that
coming
Castile has the biggest army, while we have a middling army, and the young king of Galicia has the smallest army. None of us really have an edge over the other, but we might be able to find an ally to support us.
And in Crusader Kings, this might mean marriage, right?
Absolutely, Paula. Marriage is super key in Crusader Kings 3. If you don't have a marriage, you don't have any allies. And I think we should take a look at the various Iberian countries that we have around us, and I think an Aragon princess would do just fine.
Indeed, this Aragonese princess will get us their armies on our side. Next,
Send proposal.
let's take a look
Yeah,
at
let's
our
do it.
king. So all characters in CK3 have 5 different skills. And we can see here that King Alfonso is very good at intrigue.
This is
which
super
means that he can
in-depth
plot and scheme very
UI over here.
effectively.
Good lord.
And if we appoint a skilled spy master to support our schemes, and
Crusader
we get a
Kings
spouse
2 is
that
free to play
enhances
this
our
weekend.
intrigue, we can
What's
become
that?
even better.
Crusader
And to
Kings
top
2
it
is
all
free to play
off,
this weekend.
We will pick a lifestyle
Steam?
that really
Yeah.
accentuates this focus on scheming. We will pick the skullduggery focus.
Holy
Man,
shit!
there's
Like,
even a
this is-
skill
Absolutely.
tree.
And it's key here to lean into intrigue. And why is that? Because, like Alex was mentioning, we
That's
have
the skill
even
tree I
matched
live by,
forces
the
against
scheming.
Castile. So we should really lean into that intrigue and start a murder plot to get rid of the brother.
Okay, so the plan is to kill the brother here. Alex, are we moving forward with this?
Indeed. We're going to try and murder our brother. As you can see, we have a 50% chance of succeeding. And
We're trying to murder
if
our brother?
we
What are we
lucky, we
watching?
can even find more agents in the
Hey, we
court
gotta
of
take
our
over their
target
kingdom, bruh.
that might be convinced.
We are
by a
second in
slight
line. We are
bribe.
taking it.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing with Crusader Kings, right? If you're trying to plot a murder against someone and you don't have enough power to succeed, you can bribe people, but you also have a special perk in the intrigue lifestyle, which essentially allows you to find secret and dirt on people in your court and then force them to join your plot.
So many different options, but unfortunately we're running out of time here. But Alex, how
Wow.
do you think that this story will play out?
Is now waiting for the Crusader,
There are
Crusader
so many
Kings
unanswered questions.
spin-off
Will
Game of
plot
Thrones.
against our Castilian brother succeed? Will we gain Galicia before Galicia manages to produce a legitimate heir? Will we be able to leverage the armies from Castile and Aragon to take over Galicia in time? Can we contain all of this familial treason before we have to fight external enemies?
Can we just live in
There are
peace,
millions of
Scott? Can
ways
you
to
just live in peace with other people, not
I
invade?
guess
That'd
we'll
be
have to
great.
wait a little bit longer, but thank you so much for taking us through a short snippet of the drama that you can expect in Crusader Kings 3. Due to be released on September 1st and available for pre-order now.
Well, betrayal, assassination, treason, kind of feels like we're having a Paradox show already.
Yeah, I agree. It went down a dark path pretty fast there.
Good.
But I guess that the next game that we have lined up is not going to disappoint us either. I mean, building a crime empire in the 1920s Chicago is not something that you're going to get away with without bribing a few
gonna put that on my
cops,
wish
breaking
list
a
too.
few
That looked good.
alliances, maybe
Crusader
cutting some
Kings?
questionable deals
They're
on the
getting
black
me with
market.
this.
What do you think?
Underhanded tactics.
Yep, just what I need. A
politics,
longer
taking over
wish
the
list
city.
of games I'll never
These are all
play in a
things that are
library that
very
will always be
close to where
forgotten.
my heart once was.
We're not.
Next
that's
up
not
is
what's on
Empire of
talking
Sin.
about right now.
And joining
Yes,
me here
Empire
in the
of Sin.
studio from the Empire of Sin team are Ian O'Neill, lead combat designer, and Brenda Romero, game director for Empire of Sin, both from Romero Games. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, guys.
So,
Hold
Brenda,
that
tell
delay.
me,
Kill
what
me.
inspired you to make a game about 1920s gangsters?
Al Capone.
You know, it's more like what couldn't have possibly inspired me. I mean, we've wanted to make this game for
Wait, I
a
think we have the
long
same chair.
time. It's an incredibly rich space. It's the 1920s Prohibition-era Chicago.
Actually,
You
no, I
have a
think she
lot
probably-
of larger-than-life personalities like Al Capone and Frankie Donovan and Goldie Garneau that are there at the time. And you know, what's not to love? The stories, the personalities were made for a strategy game. And as with many game designers, if you really want to play something and it's not there, then you make it.
Absolutely. So why don't you tell us how all of that figures into gameplay? What do we have here?
In Empire of Sin, you can play as one of 14 different bosses. And it's a great
14?
mix of factual and fictional bosses, each with their own bonuses and special abilities. And today, we're going to play as one
I'm
Mr.
Dean O'Bannon.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about Dean. What's his background? What kind of person is he?
Well, he grew up in Chicago, actually, in an
Good old
area
Dean.
known as Little Hell. And in spite of that, or possibly because of it, Dean had strong ties to the church,
Little
which
Hell.
influenced many of the decisions he made, but clearly not all of them. Dean actually owned a flower shop, and from there, he ran his rackets.
Okay, very cool. Do all the bosses have their own missions?
Indeed, they do. Dean's just about to head off to meet with Father Higgins here, which will kick off his boss mission. Now, Dean's used to walking the streets of Chicago, but we can also take a look at things from the world map to get a good idea of what's going on.
Wow.
Here we see Dean having a bit of a holy sit-down with the good Father Higgins. Now, Father Higgins has received word that a brothel has opened up in a neighbourhood nearby. And if there's one thing that Dean cannot abide, it's brothels. There are several things Dean could pick to say here, but he does what he needs for the good of the church.
I hear his accent, and I'm absolutely loving it. I'm hearing it.
I know.
You're a good lad, Dean. Father Higgins offers him $500 from the coffers. Now you can choose.
Why does this dude look like Kevin Spacey?
I'm always going to pick the cash.
We don't need to go
And a
there.
good blessing for the soul certainly can't hurt.
Righto, but
Don't ruin
how will
Dean.
Dean handle this then?
I'm sorry.
Well, in Empire of Sin, diplomacy happens one of two ways. It's either going to happen by breath or by bullet. And either we're going to talk it out and things are going to come to some kind of arrangement, or they're going to go south real quick. So Dean knows just the man for the job, and his name is George Moran, and he's a regular at one of Dean's establishments. You can see him there at the bar. So George is tight with the church too, but his morals are pretty loose. And here he's telling Dean that some guy is in from New York who he thinks has a pretty serious attitude problem. And George wants Dean to keep an eye on him, but Dean already knows a bit more. Now, the story ends up taking some surprising turns and getting pretty deep, but for now, Dean just wants to get the good father's deed done.
Okay, but it doesn't really sound like a one-man job. Is he going to get any help?
Oh, that's what I'm thinking too. In Empire of Sin, there are 60 gangsters of varying skill levels that you can hire to join your crew. Me, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hire on Maria Rodriguez and Guido Cerrone. Now, I fought with these guys before, and they're fantastic. Gangsters develop loyalty to their boss the longer that they work together, and they also have an individual attribute called morale, which affects how they perform.
We know that every boss in Empire of Sin has their own combat ability. What's Dean's speciality?
Oh, yes.
Flowers?
Dean's combat ability is a ranged attack known as Blasphemy. Now, there were many accounts of Dean's brutal attacks during the Chicago newspaper
Blasphemy?
wars, where O'Banion and his crew were known as sluggers, and they would beat up the competition for rival newspapers. This
Oh, we
often
go into an
resulted in
XCOM.
really close-range fire
Going
gunfights.
tactical fights.
This
Okay.
is where I drew the inspiration from
Nice.
Blasphemy. Using this move, Dean will fire a custom shotgun slug at the target, and when the slug hits the target, it explodes. But I really wanted to add something extra, something that would give this ability a bang. That's when I decided that Dean's boss ability would be devastating to heavily armored foes. I wanted to shred their armor completely, and not just one target, but multiple targets. And as a final piece to the puzzle, the name. An awful, brutal attack delivered by a foe that saw himself as a saint. Blasphemy was a most fitting title.
Oh, man, it is a perfect title and a great move. So here we can see that Dean is done, and he did what he needed to do, but there's a whole lot of Chicago beyond this. Dean's going to settle things here with Father Higgins, but like I said, it isn't over by a long shot, and it's going to take some surprising turns. And all of these stories, they're nothing compared to the stories that the player will tell on their way to the top of Chicago. That is mission complete.
Dang.
Very
Wait,
cool, guys.
John Wick
You know, speaking
Texican?
of
I don't know.
family connections, I've actually got a contingent out your way in County Galway. There's a Granny's pub not far from you guys.
Well, now that we know about it, I'd say it's not for long. Do you have any idea what their security's like? We could use another racket.
I don't know how thick the walls are or how many cameras they've got, but give it a try and we'll see who gets who. Thanks for joining us, guys.
All right. Good mina mahagets.
Slán all you folks.
Did not
And
know that it was
Empire of
actually going
Sin
to be
will come to both PC
a
and
turn-based
console
tactical
in
fight
autumn of this year,
combat with it.
2020.
So that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I was standing here on the side, just wishing I could play Brenda Romero in the game.
I'm absolutely certain you can. She's definitely snuck herself in there somewhere.
Yeah, hopefully. She is the coolest. But Sean, it seems like you left out an important piece of your backstory that I haven't heard
At
before.
least one important piece.
Yeah, we'll see about that. But your family owns a pub in Ireland.
Yeah, definitely. So my distant family does have a pub in County Galway. But you know, I mean, every family has some skeletons in the closet. I'm sure your family is no different.
Oh, well,
Oh my gosh.
most likely, but I don't know.
He's a gangster.
There's a Tallinn bakery in Stockholm,
Okay.
for whatever that's worth.
Yeah, I can see some dark stories there. We've got cinnamon buns, we've got
Yeah.
Swedes. I think we've got some bribing Swedes with sweet cinnamon buns.
What do you think about this
Weird
guy?
flex, but okay.
Standing here staring us out the entire time.
You're just blinking as well.
Yeah, I know. Do you think we could
he is blinking. Holy crap.
bribe him with some cinnamon buns?
No, I think this guy's more into whiskey and cinnamon bun-sized holes in his enemies. And from one game about managing organized crime to another about managing criminals, it's time for
I was
Prison
going to say
Architect.
something different.
The Empire Civil was
Prison
definitely on my
Architect.
definitely on a list I wanted to take a look at. That was helpful even more. Oh no. Are they adding more to it? Oh wow.
Wow, dude, what the fuck?
Wow, that is Island
All right.
Let's check in with the team.
Oh, Prison
But
Architect
first,
is just
give
fun
a
to
polite
watch.
welcome,
I absolutely
which
love watching
won't
people
disturb
play
your
it.
neighbors, to product manager Stacey McElwam. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
God, it's a catchy trailer you have there.
Yes, right?
Everyone in the studio were just dancing along. But you have an expansion coming up, Island Bound, that will be the
They
first
trapped
expansion in
Commissioner
Prison
Gordon. They
Architect
did.
history that will ship simultaneously on PC and console.
It will be.
Stacey, what can you tell us about this expansion?
Yeah, so Island Bound is built from the ground up in order to expand and enhance the core gameplay of Prison Architect. This is really exciting because it means that for the first time, you can actually build a real island prison completely independent of the road. So you no longer need to use the road if you don't want to. It also means that for the first time, you can oversee the world's most iconic island prison, Alcatraz, on the new Alcatraz map. And it means that you can reimagine your transportation and deliveries completely
cool.
with new features like docks, helipads, helicopters, boats, and ferries. And of course,
I'm going to
we
go
have
check on the kids real quick. I'll be right
cool
back.
new
Okay?
elite ops and a new air fire unit that can be called in during an emergency. Yeah, it's very cool.
A lot of stuff.
A lot of new stuff.
So let's check in with the team at Double 11. Joining us here is Gaswright, Game Design Manager, and Natalie Wicks, Product Design Manager. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. So Gas, it
Okay, now
generally
Alcatraz
sounds like
episode.
there's a
Calm down.
lot of things in this expansion.
Yeah, there is. There is. And all of the content that's coming with Island Bound will integrate seamlessly with Prison Architect's existing mechanics. So it adds a lot more variety and depth to the game. And even if you don't want to build an island prison every single time, all the new features, the docks, helipads, helicopters, boats, ferries, new emergency services, new security features, they'll all work with your existing saves as well as new prisons that you might build on the land. And also, we have a free update that's launching on the same day with Island Bound. This update is called The Rock and introduces dynamic prisoner reputations. So players will see prisoners gaining and losing reputations dynamically while spending time in their prison based on their actions, their experiences, and where they spend their time.
Cool. And always nice with free updates. Natalie, can you tell us a little bit about how the game has evolved during this past year?
Yeah, we've been very busy over the last year. So I think as of next week, we will have launched hundreds of community improvements to the game, and that's alongside the 3 expansions we've also released since then. So there was Psych Ward Warden's Edition, Cleared for Transfer, and now Island Bound. All of these added new mechanics to the base game as well. So, for example, Psych Ward added insane inmates. Cleared for Transfer added prison privileges and security transfers. And finally, Island Bound will let people create the prison island of their dreams.
We're so
Yay.
much looking forward to it. But if we look more into the future, what is next for Prison Architect? Natalie, can you tell us anything about the future plans?
No, I can tell you
shit,
that
I
we
need
do
Steven
have a
to
lot
come
of
back.
plans for console and PC, but I'm afraid you will have to wait till later in the year for more information.
Right, but then there will be more.
Yes, but you'll have to keep your eyes open. But I can tell you that just like Island Bound, future expansions will be released on both PC and console.
Yes, so thank you for joining us, Stacy, Gas, Natalie, and good luck with the new expansion.
Thank you so much.
Island Bound and the free update, The Rock, will be available soon, so stay tuned.
I think you found the table handle.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm curious. What kind of warden would you be?
Ooh, good question. I would probably build a beautiful but highly insufficient and shitty prison, to be honest. What about you, Sean?
Well, I think what I would
It's just
do
one of those foldable
is,
tables that we
I'd look
got
for
picked up
really
at
big
Walmart.
items,
I'll put that up there so I could do
and then I
some
would
work
put
from
all the
set up
snakes,
laptop.
all the spiders, and the
You found the
content,
handle
and
for it,
probably an
just
opera
dangling
I
there.
see where this is going. Okay. From one management game where everyone wants to get out to a management game where everyone wants to get in. Here is Surviving the Aftermath.
So apparently, I just heard that
And
a
joining me here in
new
the studio
Shadow
is
Man game
Stefan
from
Eld
Valiant
and
Comics will
Lasse
be coming
Liljedahl,
out.
the
It's
product
going to be just,
manager and
showing
game
up during the
director
PC
for
gaming
Surviving the
show. Okay.
Aftermath. Now, guys,
Hello.
I notice a disturbing lack of vampires and werewolves in this game, so you're going to have to explain it to somebody who hasn't yet picked it up.
Well, Surviving the Aftermath is a post-apocalyptic survival colony builder. It's quite a mouthful to say.
Short genre.
Anyway, the basic premise is that you need to build the perfect disaster-proof colony in a post-apocalyptic world. And in order to do so, you need to harvest and collect resources, you need to build your colony, you need to protect it from hostile environments or rival societies, and much, much more.
Okay, so it's a survival colony builder. I mean, that is a relatively broad genre. Lasse, could you tell me how Surviving the Aftermath stands out?
Yeah, the game is more than a colony builder. It adds strategic layers of gameplay by opening up the outside world beyond the colony. And the world map is actually one of the key features we have spent a lot of time creating. And in the world map, players can send teams of specialists to gather resources and intelligence about the world around their colony. And there they can encounter also other societies, which can be friendly or not. But they will react to players' reputation and decisions throughout the game.
So one thing that I noticed since I saw you two together last is a little change of outfit here. Everyone will remember who's been following this game how you announced it in your fantastic hazmat suits. You've updated your wardrobe, and I know you've been updating the game as well. So what's changed since we last saw you in Berlin?
So we've had 7 major content updates, and each of those updates has introduced new features, such as new trading system with other societies, vehicles that make movement in the world map much more efficient, and we also reworked the tech tree completely and expanded it quite drastically. And
We're just talking about Surviving the Aftermath,
which
survival
includes
colony-based
where you
building
defend
game.
your colony against raiding bandits and have other smaller encounters.
And I was scrolling through Facebook.
Beasts that are
Apparently,
roaming in the
Valiant
nature of your
Comics
colony.
has a
Maybe
game
one
coming
more
out
thing
during
to
the
mention
PC
is
gaming
the
show.
criminality system,
Oh,
which concerns every
It's going
colonist
to be
in
a
the
new Shadow Man
Okay,
game.
Stefan, but what about Steam players? When will they be able to get Surviving the Aftermath?
Which I could have sworn there was actually already a Shadow Man game, but I
Steam
didn't
Early
think it
Access
was
in
actually
October.
based off of
Don't
Valiant
forget to
Comics, and it
wishlist
looked
it.
different.
And ever since we released the game last year, we have been receiving tons.
I
of
just
good
did, guy.
feedback from
I
players.
literally just pushed the
We're
wish list
hoping
button.
to develop the game with
On
the
what?
feedback that we can get from the Steam community as well.
Surviving the Aftermath.
And in fact, with the
This is
feedback that we
definitely
have
my kind of
received,
shit right here.
we felt that we need to add more updates to the roadmap so we can put all that content into the game that we know that the players want and that the community deserves.
So with all of these updates that have come along, obviously viewers are wondering what's next. Lasse, can you give us a sneak preview?
Of course. Update 8, called Tainted Earth, will be available on June 18th to all Surviving the Aftermath players. And in this update, we focus on pollution, which further deepens this aspect of the game by adding different pollution strengths
Wait,
and
it's not-
an area of
wait.
effect around the pollution deposits.
Is it on the Epic
and
Game Store?
catastrophes
Is it
that
out?
makes the pollution levels rise.
I think it is. I think I
And
saw it on the
I
Epic
might
Game
say
Store.
that this is our biggest
looking right now.
update yet for the game.
Fantastic. For new players like myself, where can I get started with Surviving the Aftermath?
Well, as I mentioned before, you can wishlist it on Steam now, and where it will be out in early access on October 22nd this year. And you can also get it on Epic Game Store and Xbox Game Preview already. And our plan is to have the game leave early access in early 2021.
What? Game
Fantastic.
preview?
Well, thank you for joining us, Lasse. Thank you for joining us.
You guys go straight onto your Xbox
that
now.
was Surviving the Aftermath.
So that was
Yeah, Matt, exactly. It's like they heard
Surviving
Stevie
the
B's
Aftermath
question.
stream. No
I know, it's only
catastrophes,
$20.
Nothing leaked. No
It's only $20
variations,
on the
like
Epic
we're
Game
used to
Store.
see in the usual gameplay streams.
Yeah, fair
Oh,
call,
I'm
fair
gonna
call.
find this
But
one.
let's move on from one game about surviving an apocalypse to another about surviving your own immortality.
But first, we have something special for Paradox fans and strategy players everywhere. It's the 4th anniversary of Hearts of Iron 4, so we want to congratulate the team on going 4-on-4. And here's a little something from the game team and game director, Don Lind.
Oh, someone's celebrating a 4-year anniversary for Yay!
Yay!
Hi, my name is Dan, and I'm the game director for Hearts of Iron 4. And I'm here today because this is the 4th anniversary for the game.
Hey, Don!
So I want to say thank you for all our supporters and all the feedback and all the great mods you guys have been doing. The community is bigger than it's ever been, and it's just amazing to be part of that. And also, I want to tell you guys that it doesn't really stop here. Got a lot more cool Hearts of Iron stuff coming up in the future.
Sorry, that's
so
loud.
definitely look forward
Is
to
he
that.
saying Hearts of Iron?
In 2016,
Oh,
Paradox
I
released
guess
the
they
ultimate
just answer my
grand
own self.
strategy war game. Over the years, the game has
2016.
expanded, and tools of history has evolved.
Soldiers, sailors, and airmen, you are about to embark upon the Great Crusade. You will bring about the destruction of the German war machine.
Will you, though?
Stop it, yes.
We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall never surrender. The new world, with all its power and might, steps forth to the rescue and the liberation of the old.
This Captain America trailer looks interesting.
And let us all be blessed on this great and noble undertaking.
New Zealand saves the world? What? Hearts of Iron 4, okay. Altering history since 2016. Happy 4-year anniversary, guys.
And a big congratulations to Hearts of Iron 4 on 4 years. All right, family, we've got quite the treat for you today. We recently showed you the wholesome and rhythmic way in which Kindred celebrate the
Family?
holidays on our Xbox Series X showcase. But what you saw was only most of the trailer. What we have for you today is what we're calling the Prince's Cut, with a very special guest appearance, so I suggest you stick around. We're also going to find out what you get when you pre-order the Bloodlines 2 Collector's Edition.
Ooh, there's a Bloodlines 2 Collector's Edition. Holy crap. It better not be Keanu. Alright, so you get a map of Seattle. Get the, apparently the game. Who knew?
Good.
Oh, a steel book. You know, it looks like a young Gary Oldman.
It does, actually. That's
7-inch
actually
vinyl soundtrack? Okay.
Vinyl soundtrack?
Yeah, and then the 5th edition core book in PDF. You get a First Blood pre-order pack, Unsanctioned Blood pack, and then Season of the Wolf pass. And, of course, a resin statue.
Well, I mean, yeah. You can't really do. Oh, hello,
those are the 3
Miss Lady.
DLCs.
Ho, 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 ho.
Joining me here in the studio today is Nick Artelli, lead producer at Paradox Interactive.
All right, boys, look at that.
And Rachel Leica,
Back
lead
it up.
creative
Back it
designer
up.
at Hardsuit Labs.
Hello.
Now, these guys have all the gruesome details, but let's start with, what is your favorite part of the Collector's Edition, Nikki?
That will be the Elif statue, and that's because she's my favorite character. But also, since I lived in Seattle for 6 months, it's really good to have a map kept as a memento.
And it's quite a faithful recreation of Seattle, as I understand it.
Exactly. Cartoonified.
Give me 1 second, I'll be
Very
right
cool.
back.
And Rachel, what's your
Okay, I'll
favorite
be
part
here.
of the Collector's Edition?
I'm a big fan of that 7-inch vinyl of the,
Into a gif of
the
Stevie
original
looking at the new
soundtrack.
statue while
It's
Joe
a
watches in
really
disdain.
stunning physical copy of the really amazing soundtrack. Made partially by Rick Schaefer, composer from the original game. So I'm pretty excited to throw that on my turntable.
I don't think you'll be the only one. Any Bloodlines fan have that theme stuck in their head. We've teased it enough. It's time to find out which kindred survived.
Have any of you played the
Los
first
Angeles
one?
Nights
Was
and
it
the
any
long,
good?
long road
I
to
never played the
Seattle.
first one. I never played it, and Leaf is my favorite too. I know, right? Yeah, we saw this trailer during the one of the Series X presentations. It looked really fucking creepy.
Thank you for all the joy and pain. Picture show.
This guy reminds me of Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor, right? Isn't he like just like Lex Luthor from Justice League and DBS? I mean, y'all tell me I'm wrong.
Everyone grab a lid. Bye-bye now.
I mean, it looks good for sure. I want to play the first one though. I heard the first one was pretty good. I bet that's on sale right now too. That's the great thing when they start doing these damn announcements and stuff. These sequels, the originals all go on sale the same day. It's fucking great. You can get them dirt ass cheap. Oh, she could buy me. Buy me, that's right. So this is a video game and a tabletop RPG? Yes. I'm not sure which one came first, to be honest. Looks really good. I'm gonna go look and see if the first one's on sale.
Move and the back of your head's gonna be so full of phosphorus, it'll be a war crime.
Damn. Damsel
That's
is
right,
back.
everybody. Damsel is back for Bloodlines 2. We are so excited to be able to announce this that she has
I don't know
returned
who
for
that
our
is.
game. She has spent her time in California since the first game, establishing the Anarch Free State there, and now she's on her way to the Pacific Northwest to spread that good Anarch word.
Ugh, Bruja and Anarch. I can almost feel the rebel's blood rising. Where's the Justicar when you need one? But okay, clan critique aside, one of the great things about Damsel that old fans loved was the voice actress.
Yeah, that was Courtney Taylor, and she's reprising her role as Damsel, which is super exciting.
Okay, good to hear I won't be forced to fleshcraft anybody's voice box into anybody else. But is there anything else that you guys would like to share with the viewers about Bloodlines 2? Rachel?
Well, we're just really excited for people to start playing the game and kind of find out what kind of monster you're going to become. You can make all kinds of choices in this game. You can do all kinds of things. You can glide across rooftops. You can use your powers of vampiric persuasion to get what you want out of people. You can even dance your way into certain people's hearts if that is what you would like to do. There are
Trying
many
to find a way to
ways to
share it with you
be
guys.
a vampire in this game. Of course, the right answer is to be a Brujah, because we have cool jackets and are pros at rabble rousing.
Well, this guy has ASMR.
Okay, there you have
I
it.
know.
The one defining feature of Bruja is their 80s fashion sense. And thanks for joining us via link, Rachel, and thanks for coming into the studio, Nikki. That was Rachel Leica and Nikat Ali from the Bloodlines 2 team. Thank you, Sharon.
Seriously.
I mean,
That trailer really creeps me out. It gets me every time. But I can't believe that Damsel is in the game. I'm just thinking cosplay potential for all the future events.
Definitely. You could also be thinking, well, the Anarch Scum have revealed their position.
Here we go.
And with the Archons moving
There
swiftly
you go.
towards
I mean, that's the
Seattle,
whole game, right?
I think that's a wrap.
I think so too. We've experienced murders and betrayals in Crusader Kings 3.
We've met a boss in Empire of Sin,
Trapped convicts on an island in Prison Architect.
balanced the needs of our survivors with the needs of the environment in surviving the aftermath,
Celebrated Hearts of Iron 4.
and reconnected
Right.
with a fan favorite and my old enemy in Vampire the Masquerade, Bloodlines 2.
We hope that you've enjoyed this insider look. Please stay safe, stay sane, wash your hands and play some games. That's all from Stockholm. Have a good night. Bye.
I'm back with chicken strips. The empty chair got an update. That's right. All right, so up next is the PC Gaming Showcase, boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up the Guerrilla Collective's first day, but we are far from done. Of course, we've shown you a bunch of games you can get today, but we've also partnered with Steam. You can head over there to the Guerrilla Collective section, you can wishlist the games, you can show these developers love. Beyond that, you can catch the PC Gaming Show today at 11 a.m. Pacific, and then you can catch the Future Game Show at 2 p.m. Pacific. If that wasn't enough, we're back with day 2 of the Guerrilla Collective tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific with even more reveals, trailers, and demos, and then we wrap up Monday starting at 9 a.m. Pacific with extended gameplay sessions with the developers. You won't want to miss any of it, I swear. But until next time, no, it's been our pleasure to serve you. The Guerrilla Collective thanks its gold sponsor, ID at Xbox.
Thanks.
As well as all of these supporting sponsors.
Oh, sponsored by the boys at Xbox, huh? All right. Video game was 2004. Yeah, that was a while back, right?
Okay, so what did they talk about with the Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines?
They talked about it. I guess a character from the first game. They made a big deal about that and I never played the first game. I mean, the first game came out in 2004.
Yeah.
So like she's coming back in it now. Okay, so isn't there a vampire game that just came out? You guys help me out. There's a vampire game that recently came out. Is this set in the same universe?
No, I don't know what video game you're talking about though.
Hold on, let me see. Oh no, that's Vampire.
Yeah. Vampire was its own separate thing. That was its own separate RPG.
Okay, so this is a sequel to a game that came out in 2004. Yes. I guess it's a big deal because people really liked it, right?
Yes,
it
was
Matt,
a very big
Vampire.
deal.
So the whole time we're watching it, I'm thinking it's a sequel to Vampire. Right? That's what I was thinking. And then I was like, when I looked it up on Steam, it's definitely not that. It's a sequel to a game from 2004. I never knew either one, but I never played either one. So yeah, they talked about they showed off a character that I guess is a big deal. They hadn't announced it from the first game that's in there, and they showed off the collector's edition with the statue of a character in the game.
I was there because I remember you giggling.
I don't giggle.
Yeah, you giggle a little.
I giggle. So